So this is just a quick demo on the takedown and reassembly of a classical Tanto style knife. The whole knife is held together with this peg, so that's kind of the key to everything. When removing from the scabbard, the edge should always be facing upwards so that you're just sliding on the spine and not scratching the sides of the blade. So once it's out of the scabbard, I'm just going to use this Mekugi Nuki tool to push the peg loose, and it will come out. It's made of bamboo, and it has a copper cap. From here, this guard is quite large, so I'm just going to gently loosen it using that. And all these parts are just threaded onto the tang. So there's the handle. And then these washers will come off, called seppa. And the handguard, called tsuba. And another seppa. And then habaki, which is kind of like a collar for the blade. And then once you have the blade free of all of its mountings, it's a good idea to give it a little bit of oil. You can always remove excess with a little bit of washi paper or something similar. This is clove and camellia oil blend. So I'm just going to wipe from the polished, where the polished part starts, from the base, and just try to get everything from the back to the edge. Very careful of the sharp side, and you don't want a bunch of gunk on there. You just want a really thin layer. So reassembly is kind of the same, only in reverse. Habaki goes on first, and it should slide kind of along the spine edge so that it doesn't jam. If you're sliding it down low there, it's going to stick. So it'll slide nicely like that. And each of the seppa have punch marks where the fit has been adjusted. For this knife, the punch marks on both seppa will face the guard. So that means this one has punch marks facing backwards. The guard fits also only one way. It expands away from the handle. And then this seppa has punch marks on this side, so I'll put them facing inwards. And the seppa are also different. They only go in one place. This one matches the scabbard, and this one matches the handle, so they have to be in the right order too. Same thing with the tsuka, the handle. It just slides in there, and it doesn't quite land. You can see the hole's not lined up. So just a couple of taps, and then the peg can go in. And the peg only goes in one rotation as well. So there's one side of the peg where the lines of the bamboo fibers are straight. They're unbroken. On the other side, they've been filed away partly. So the unbroken straight side needs to face the back of the handle. So I just turn it that way, and it should fit. If it's in the right place, press it in till the copper cap is flush. And then you can lay the tip inside the mouth of the scabbard and slide it carefully back in. And that is that. Put your thumb knuckles together and just hold loosely, and then when you squeeze, you will be loosening that joint without yanking. So once that's loose, just slide it out, keeping the edge upright so that the sides don't get scraped. Once that's out, this peg is holding the rest of the knife together. So I'm going to use this Mekugi Nuki tool to loosen it from the back side, and it will come out. This knife is fairly tight, so it will need a couple of careful whacks on the side of your hand until you hear it loosen, and then you can slide all of these parts out and grab the tang. So the handle core will come off, And then there are a seppa, the handguard, and another seppa, and then a habaki. So we'll just oil this up. Very thin, light coat of oil. And then the reverse habaki, and if you slide it along the thin side it might jam, so kind of keep the pressure along the spine. The punch marks on this knife are facing the guard, so the textured side of the seppa goes outwards against the habaki, and the guard also will fit in one direction. And the textured side goes outwards again, away from the handguard and the handle core. Okay. So the peg has only one rotational direction that it should go in. The side where the bamboo fibers are unbroken, the long straight lines, that should face the back of the handle. That's the strongest part, and that's where it needs to be strong. Okay, and again with the scabbard, lay the tip inside the mouth and then slide it along the spine.